Hello, thank you for choosing Pembrokeshire Caravan Hire. Let me show you round our Elddis Affinity 550. Moving inside the caravan, just inside the habitation door, you'll see a couple of screens and some switches. This is the main switch that turns everything on within the caravan, and you can see the screens illuminating. This is currently showing that the battery is up holding 14.7 volts, high and very healthy. This is the water pump. Turn that on and that will allow power to go to the water pump, which is an external one situated inside the aquaroll outside the caravan. That will pump water into the system until it's full, and this light will then go out again. It will illuminate when the pump is actually working. You keep that on for the duration of your stay, but when you do leave, if you can actually just make sure you turn that back off again, just to ensure the pump doesn't continue to run. Couple of light switches. Moving up to the top screen, press the menu button and you can see it illuminate. The top line is your central heating system, currently set at 5 degrees, which effectively is off. If you want to increase, if it's cold, you want some heating, press the button until you get up to the temperature you wish, and it will hold at that temperature. To turn it back down, press the minus button and it will go back down. The next line down is actually your hot water. It shows a shower, and it shows at the moment that the middle icon is actually halfway. It will, if it does go out, then just press the menu button again, and you can see the screen again. To turn that up to full temperature, push that button and you can see the icon go up to the top. That will get up to full temperature and then it will drop back down to the middle again. The next one down shows how many kilowatts the 240 electric volt is pulling. That at the moment is set to 1 kilowatt. Press the button, it can go up to 3, but you'll find if you're on a campsite that has really good electric supply, 3 kilowatts will work everything that much quicker. But you may find that if you haven't got that really good supply, then the 1 kilowatt is where we recommend. If you don't have a 240 volt electric supply and you want your system to work on gas, simply press that button, it will go green and everything will work off the gas in the same way. Turning that back, you're now back on the electric again. At the front end of the caravan, you have a comfortable lounge area, which is multifunctional. It's a good seating area, but also has a table which can act as a dining area. You have plenty of storage here, down below the seats and up above. If you want to open the windows, make sure that you open all 4 of the plastic handles, push the window out and then secure the nut at the top on both sides. That will hold it out nice and firm. We always recommend that when you do have the windows open, that you pull the blind down so you've got the fly screen that stops any critters joining you inside the caravan. And at night, you can move that up, which gives you the blackout situation, so you're not woken up with a dawn chorus at 5 o'clock. When you're lowering the window back down again, make sure that you unscrew these first. Don't force them. They're made of plastic and they're very easily broken. So if you could explain that to everyone that might be operating, particularly children, make sure that they do that first before coming back down and shutting that. To turn this into a double bed, which you sleep sideways, nice wide double bed, you put the slats forwards to the end here, you pull the cushions down, put them in the middle, and make sure that you turn these over so that instead of having a ridge here, they're nice and flat, and that will produce your double bed in just a few seconds. Also down in the lounge area, you'll find down the front here a 240 volt socket and 2 USB points. You have individual lights which can be turned on the buttons on the side of them. Up in this cupboard you have a radio and CD. If you're off grid and you haven't got an electric supply, then make sure that you push the button to take it off and remove it, keep it up there. We find that it does tend to draw quite a bit from the battery if you don't do that. If you've actually got, if we've set it up for you, we would have already done the television, we would have set it up. But if not, then you unscrew here. If you're self-towing, you need to do it yourself. Push it right the way up, turn it round so you get the direction to find the best signal. And the best way we always find of doing that is look at where everyone else is pointing. No point in reinventing the wheel. And then tune your television in the normal manner that you would at home. Make sure that also before travelling back you pull it straight the way down and tighten it back up so it's nice and secure for travelling. If we've delivered the caravan for you, we would have already set up the Dometic fridge freezer. If you're self-towing, you'll need to do this yourself when you get to site. To turn her on, simply press that button and she'll illuminate. Right now she's set onto the electric, which you need to have the 240 volt plugged in for that to be able to work. If there's no 240 volt into the system and it's on this, you'll find it will send an alarm and it will flash at you. If you're off grid, you would press the gas button and then the fridge freezer will work off the gas. So going back onto electric here, moving across here, you've got the temperature. We set normally to number 4, but you can set to number 5. Press again to 1, 2, 3, 4. We normally find that number 4 is plenty. And if you get up to number 5, sometimes we find things freeze actually within the fridge itself. Plenty of room inside. Freezer compartment at the top. In the kitchen area, you have numerous cupboards. Please ensure that the doorknobs are actually pressed in to secure the doors for travel, otherwise they can open and things can fall out. Press them, open up, and inside you can see here plates and cafetiere, kettles and various kitchenalia. Just below the sink area, beautifully hidden, is actually the cutlery drawer. So if you can't find it, they've hidden it well under there. Kitchen equipment dotted around, kitchen foil, cling film. Down the bottom here some cleaning stuff and a toaster, and below the oven we've got in here the pots and pans. Moving up, generous sink. Microwave is fairly simple, so it should be fairly self-explanatory. And then we'll move on to the cooker. Before using the oven, hob or grill, ensure that you've got sufficient ventilation either by opening the window or making sure that the door is open. To access the hob, lift the glass lid here, push it right the way back. By pushing it back, that will allow the gas to be fed into it. To turn on the back hob here, press in, turn, press the ignition switch, hold it for a few seconds and let it go. You also have an electric hob plate just back there too. Make sure that before you shut this back down again, make sure it's had sufficient time to cool down. Don't put it straight back down because that glass could be cracked and smashed. Grill with the door open and your oven just down below. In this section we have glass storage, which are melamine at the top here. We have the TV remote. This is actually a 12 volt television, and you'll see that it will plug into the 12 volt point just behind, and that's the aerial. It will work perfectly off the electric. It will work when you're off grid, but do be mindful there's only a finite storage that the battery has, so if you use too much of the television your battery can run down. You have a fire blanket, fire extinguisher, and in here you have a table and dustpan and brush, which can be used either inside for the table or in an awning or somewhere outside. In the rear section we have the bedroom, which has a lovely island bed. During the day it's pushed in so you get plenty of extra room around the side. Below it, plenty of storage space. At the moment we have 4 camping chairs and a rotary airer. At night, pull the bed right the way forwards, push this back over, and you have a full-size bed. The vanity area has a light, 2 USB charging points and a 240 volt socket, storage above and below, the lights for the shower and the toilet over here. This cleverly, by opening the door to the toilet and wash hand basin, turns into an ensuite at the rear. And should you need it, the concertina door here will give privacy to the rear. The TV in the bedroom is also a 12 volt, It has 2 USB points here, so you can bring along your own Fire Stick. The remote will be found in the bedside cabinet, but do remember that because they're 12-volt televisions, these do not have a separate DVD player in the side. In this particular caravan, the flush operates off the main water system, so as long as you've got water within the aqua roll, then you will have a flush just by pressing that button. Looking down inside the toilet, you'll see the very top of the toilet cassette down below here, and this is operated by this handle here. By moving it across gently, it will open that up, let everything in the toilet go down into the toilet cassette, and closing it up there again after will make it airtight and stop any back smells. Make sure that this isn't forced across in any way, because it works on a plastic cog, and anybody using it, if we can kindly ask you to explain to everybody, particularly children, that it needs to be gentle, that otherwise it jumps off the cog and the mechanism stops working. Do also ensure that the toilet cassette is emptied and cleaned before it's returned to save charges being incurred. Hopefully that has explained the operation of this particular caravan, and this video may be a good reference point once you're away on your break. There will also be a troubleshooting guide within the caravan, and if all else fails, don't forget that we're always on our mobile number between 8 and 6 daily. We hope you really enjoy using the caravan.